All right, guys. That's right. I'm half vaxxed and I'm ready to have sex.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Doing what? Vaccines or
Yeah, I
having
canceled
sex
my
with people?
appointments. I've just been
Damn.
seeing a lot of like things on the internet about how the vaccine is actually really bad for you, based off of your uncle who wears exclusively plaid and drinks too much before you
Oh,
get to their house for Thanksgiving.
damn.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna believe him over like accredited scientists, and also Dr. Fauci should definitely retire and hand in his resignation in
Yeah, and
defeat.
why would you listen to Dr. Tam? Cuz she's a woman and of
Yeah,
color.
and Asian. She's a woman and she's an Asian, and therefore that means she is just covering up for the for the
The
kung
China
flu,
virus.
the China virus. No, but I actually did cancel my appointments
Really?
because I got vaccinated last Sunday.
Oh, damn. I thought fucking last week on the pod you were like, "Oh yeah, I don't have a appointment."
That was a joke. That was a bit.
Oh.
I forgot that I didn't follow up on the rest of it. I did have an appointment. It was at the end of the month. And it would have been like I was like literally everyone I was talking to, it was like, "Oh yeah, none of them, everyone has an appointment before you." And I'm like, "Great. I'm the last." And then my mom called me on Mother's Day,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Hey, one of my cashiers just went through the line to get vaccinated here." And I'm like, "You can get vaccinated there?" And she was like, they took her an hour. So, and then she's like, "You can do the math in your head if you want, and if you come get it now, it might be quicker to wait an hour in line here than to drive to wherever you had to go." I had to drive to the other side of Toronto for mine.
Really?
That's what. Yeah, my shit was in like North York.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I was like, I got out of bed, walked, got in my car, drove over to the store. I was only in line for 30 minutes,
Holy shit.
and then I had, you have to hang out for 15 minutes afterwards. So
Yeah. Not too
got
bad.
that shit done, and then I got Chris to go get his vaccination yesterday.
Yeah. Dude, you know what that means?
What?
In 2 weeks, we could do a fucking meetup. IRL.
Yeah, we can stop doing this over Discord all the time.
Yeah. But we'd have
And
to,
also
wait
in-
like the 2 weeks because you're not supposed to.
No, I know, I'm
Yeah.
aware. And then also the stay-at-home order ends on the 2nd. Fucking better. Because the stay-at-home order is stupid and does nothing.
Yeah.
I
So
believe in lockdown. I believe in lockdowns. I believe in certain businesses being closed. I think the stay-at-home order is just a police state bullshit that the police won't even enforce unless
Yeah.
it's an actual party, which guess what? They would have already shut that down prior to them saying we're in a police state.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
But
At
let's
least they
not-
took away they stopped fucking doing the ticketing thing that we talked
Yeah.
about a couple of weeks ago. They did
But-
it for like 2 days and then they stopped.
Hey, at least we don't live in a real police state.
Hey, we're talking Israel and Palestine.
Palestine.
Okay,
I
so
can't
we're
believe
not.
those Palestinians thought that they could go
God.
into a church on their what was it, a mosque?
Yeah, there was mosques, but there's also a lot of actual Christian churches there because there's a lot of Christian Palestinians.
Yeah, there was a mosque on Ramadan. How dare they gather? You know what? I think they deserve to be tear gassed and shot with rubber bullets.
Oh no,
That is sarcasm.
Not just rubber bullets, Ian.
Real bullets.
Actual bombs
That too.
and explosions that they've been having to suffer for literal decades.
Yes,
Um,
since 1970
48.
something. 48 is when
when it was founded.
it was initially the real problem started around
In the 70s, yeah.
That's when they started to push the Palestinians into a small place. This has just been like a wild week of horrible takes.
Ooh, yeah, it's been really bad. Thankfully, like weirdly, GameSpot and IGN came out like fully in support of Palestine, which is cool.
It's also so wild how like all these like American politicians, like fucking Andrew Yang, just destroyed his entire political career
Well,
like
'cause-
really quickly.
Yeah, it's because America is really close allies with Israel.
Well, yeah,
so they
and
don't want to be like, there's a human rights crisis in this country that we're doing a lot of business.
But they also keep acting like that the Israelis are on the side. The fuck? Oh, is on the sides of justice because they're like, oh, they're just defending themselves. And it's like, yeah, they're defending themselves from a terrorist group they created.
Yeah.
Because the Hamas were created as a way to destabilize the Palestinians.
It's Hamas, just FYI. Hamas.
Hamas.
All right, yeah, like it's really fucked up. And if you're like, well, Hamas is a terrorist group, we need to fight against them. It's like, okay, but more Palestinian civilians have been killed by Israel's military in the last 24 hours than civilians have been killed by Hamas in the past 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's really above and beyond, on top of the fact that it's destruction of property, it's the murder of innocent civilians who are mostly children. And it's fucking wrong. Like, it is settler colonialism. You know, Palestine was there before Israel was there, right? And I know, like, 2,000 years ago Israel existed because, like, that's where they were doing their whole thing. But that doesn't mean that you can just fucking go back and disrupt an entire fucking country because, like, you know, whatever. And I don't like how they weaponize progressivism to do very clearly not progressive things of doing lots of murder. Which we're not going to talk about this for the whole episode. I know this is a little serious, but I guess this is just leading us up to say, like, hey, donate if you can to this cause, and be aware of it. Do some research, because this is one thing that frequently got called complicated for decades, and then a lot of people just wouldn't touch it. And now it's being touched in a much more mainstream way, which is good. But yeah.
Yeah, and it's really cool that with the thing with social media is that the government and everyone can just keep trying to lie to you that the Palestinians are at fault here, but then instantly everyone else is on social media like, no, you're very wrong. You're supporting a genocide by talking like this.
Yeah.
Where back in the last time they went to war, it was just like, oh, who knows?
Yeah. And then here's a terrible Twitter thread of children with horrific injuries or are dead, which was like, okay, I don't want to see that, but I get it. It's fucked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend doing that, but I personally, just to fucking, you know, for the matters of transparency, when I tell you to donate money, because I said the same thing during the Black Lives Matter protests, I want to let you know I'm not talking out of my ass. I personally made a donation to the PCRF, which is a fund for Palestinian children. I made put $100 in. So that is, in case you're like, fucking Nathan's trying to virtue signal, bet he doesn't donate anything. There you go.
Well, now you're virtue signaling that you did donate.
Well, fuck you.
You can't win here.
I can't please everybody, but at least there, now you're like, well, now he's put it on Front Street.
Yeah.
And if you want to check, my PayPal is
send me the money so I can keep making that donation.
Ha ha ha. That's funny. But yeah, so let's talk about video games and movies and actually kind of just mostly bullshit for the length
because
of the episode.
Straight up, Nathan's been busy this week, and also there's been no fucking news. So
I have a new job, and I'm not used to having to deal with the podcast and a job at the same time because I started this podcast right after I left my job.
Mm-hmm. So here, news story about Disney, because, you know, we're all Disney cucks.
We love being cucked by Disney.
Marvel's Secret Invasion gets its directors.
Ooh.
Didn't know this was a thing. Didn't know this was a show.
That was one of the shows where they announced like 50 shows at one time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So it's Thomas Bezucha.
Okay.
who
I don't know who that is.
who did something called Let It Go. Let Him Go. Don't know what that's about.
Is it a movie?
Let's see. Let Him Go movie. I'm going to take a wild guess. It's super gay. It's not. Following the loss of their son, a retired sheriff and his wife leave their Montana ranch to rescue their young grandson from
that
the
looks like
clutches
a
of a
terrible
dangerous family
movie.
living off the grid in the Dakotas. It's got an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, but everywhere else says it's not very good.
Yeah, it looks not good. Like, you look at the
It
poster
stars
and
Kevin
you're like, that
Costner and
looks
Diane
bad.
Lane.
That looks bad. Oh, wait, that's Superman's parents.
Yeah.
What else did he do? He's got a movie called The Good House that he wrote and didn't direct. It's got a lot of people's names on it, and he's working
He
on
directed
Secret
a
Invasion.
film in 2000 called Big Eden, which don't know what that's about at all, and we're just going to skip over it. He literally doesn't have a lot going on. That's about it. Like, he's a relative unknown.
A lot of rom-coms in here.
Yeah. So I think what that means we're going to get is a romantic comedy between Ben Mendelsohn and Samuel L. Jackson.
That sounds actually pretty good.
And it's also being co-directed by Ali Salim.
Yes, Ali Salim,
He's a commercial director.
But he's also done documentary work.
Yeah.
And he made a movie called Sweetland. This is his biggest.
Yeah. Which took him 15 years to finance.
I hope it's
Sounds
good.
Sounds like no one wanted to be in it or deal with it.
Yeah.
It won Best Narrative Film at the 13th Annual Hamptons International Film Festival, or as I like to call it, HIF.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I've never heard of this. Could be good.
I'm not going to judge people based off of their credits, considering everyone else who does really good on Marvel stuff is usually just an unknown.
I wouldn't say that's true.
The Russos.
Yeah, the
who
Russos.
The Russos. What did they do before?
They did a couple
episode.
movies. They did Community and Arrested Development. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, I'm trying to think. Taika Waititi did have, like, a career.
Oh, he had a bunch of he had a bunch
but
of films.
his was more, like, comedy based.
Well, I would say The Hunt for the Wilder People is, like, dramedy.
But that came out after.
No,
no.
It came out before.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
It is a dramedy. I would say that, because that movie's not that funny.
Yeah, like it's more dramatic.
It's got funny parts, but it's more about a kid that no one likes.
Yeah. So yeah, like I don't know, like Ryan Coogler did Creed and Fruitvale Station before Black Panther. I don't know, like Malcolm Spellman, who wrote a lot of like Falcon and Winter Soldier, had some, like, a bunch of other credits as a TV writer.
What comes out for? Oh wait, Doctor Strange 2016. Okay, I was misreading a bunch of this, and it just says that Taika Waititi directed the mid-credit scene for Doctor Strange, which makes sense because Thor's there.
It's also literally the scene from Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Like, it's just the scene. It's
you know
the
that,
exact
like,
same scene.
You know that, like, one part in Endgame, when it's Doctor Strange going out to get food, and what's the guy, Juan?
Yeah.
Juan is, like, asking him to pick something up, and he's like, they're that bickering back and forth. I want just that.
Yeah.
I want that to be important in the next one.
That was, you know what? That was Infinity War, where I think it was
Infinity
like,
War. Yeah.
I think Juan was like, "Yo, pick up the Ben and Jerry's Hunka Hulka burning fudge."
Yeah.
And then they have Hulk eat that ice cream in Endgame.
Yeah.
which is funny.
Yeah, Taika Waititi, cool dude. Doctor Strange, all right, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a call from someone, and I just don't want to call them back.
Who is it?
Well, my mom placed a order for sod, but she specifically said that I would be coming to get it tomorrow. I don't know why they would call me now. Like, maybe they're fucking stupid and they called me and they're like, hey, we're closing in like 30 minutes. You said tomorrow, but we already prepared your order. I had my hand in a phone thing, but it was off camera. Yeah, so what you said tomorrow, but that means today. Can you come pick it up?
But Ian, have you never done drama class? This is not a phone.
This is a phone.
Yeah, this is a phone.
But also, it's a comical way of saying hello.
No, I know.
Hello, operator.
Did you take drama?
No, I took not really. I had 1 year in grade 10 because I needed to fill out classes. I liked the teacher. I just didn't have any passion for it. He was very nice, and he was nice to me, and he was like, this isn't your thing, just try and have fun with it. And I tried to, but no one liked me, so I had 3 friends in that class. Thank God one of them was Chris, or else I would never pass.
Yeah.
And but then the other 2 was a friend who lives within Ontario but west.
Okay.
And one who moved to New Brunswick.
The one who moved to New Brunswick, or the one that's currently in Alberta?
No, the one who followed that person.
Okay.
Yeah, they did not like me in grade 10.
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah, so, hey, how did you know?
Because they didn't like you after that either.
What the fuck? Maybe not the one in New Brunswick, but I would consider the one out west to...
no, the one out west loves you.
Yeah, she fucking better. We spent a lot of time together.
No, wait, hold on. I'm talking about... Sorry, the one out... Yeah, the one out west.
Within Ontario.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
in London.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the person in Ottawa.
That's not west, that's east.
You're fucking right.
And how dare you?
He likes
me, yeah.
Yeah. No, I was saying the person in New Brunny doesn't like you. The person in Alberta currently does like you.
Me still?
Well, probably. I don't know. I don't talk to that person in years. But
yeah, she probably doesn't like you either.
Probably.
Because you were just a cousin of a friend.
Well, me and that person were super close friends for a while, but then we stopped. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyways, that's our personal lives. So
the person in London likes you, by the way. She likes you a lot.
Yeah,
she thinks you're cool.
She should come back over here to hang out sometime after COVID, because I'm not going over there.
Yeah, well, it's fucking London. What am I gonna do?
It's
Pissing a hole in the ground?
It's a college town for kids who couldn't go to any other school.
Yeah. I love making up hobbies to do in places that are in the middle of nowhere. It's oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Keswick and what? Fucking murder a deer?
I don't know. Is there a lot of forests in Keswick?
Oh, I'm gonna go to Parry Sound and what? Eat a bag of dirt?
What am I gonna go to Thunder Bay and become an alcoholic?
Hey, that's not fair. That one's real.
That's what
I said making up.
The one for London, I was gonna say, what am I gonna do? Go to London and get a coke addiction? That one's also real.
Yeah, that's why I said piss in a hole in the ground, because that's not real. That's just a weird.
What am I gonna go do? Hang out at the one bar that people don't do coke in?
Yeah. Oh, what am I gonna do? Fuck somebody through a hole in a bathroom stall?
All right, maybe I don't know. Maybe that one sounds
during
exciting.
COVID.
Yeah, but it's you can't infect. If they have COVID and they blow you, it's not going to enter through your penis.
Oh, I thought I said fuck someone. No, you could.
It's not going to enter through from the vagina.
Hold on,
to the
is
penis
anybody?
Or the anal.
Hold on, is anybody listening to the show a doctor? If I fucked somebody through a glory hole, could they? And I was raw dogging it because I never wear condoms. I'm vehemently against the concept of condoms. And would they give me COVID through their coochie?
Yeah, is it or their butthole? We need to ask the
Either
questions. Well, we need to ask it because what if they're gay?
You're right.
Yeah.
Or what if they
or
just
also,
prefer anal?
if it's through a hole, maybe you don't know.
I mean, you can probably
if you're the kind of freak who's gonna fuck someone through a hole in a bathroom stall, in a dirty bathroom stall, you don't care. In a Wendy's, you don't care if that's a man ass or a woman ass.
You're right. It takes a special kind of person to raw dog it through a glory hole.
Yeah, it does. It takes I can't die. I'm physically invulnerable kind of bitch.
Truly immortal.
Yeah. I am invulnerable. So, anyways, speaking of doing horrible things in a Wendy's parking lot / bathroom.
Yeah.
Usually near a Wendy's in America, there is a Target.
Okay.
And Target has announced they are going to stop selling Pokemon cards due to safety concerns.
What's the concerns?
The concerns is that people got in a physical altercation and one dude drew a gun.
That's fucking funny, dude.
It was like he was like, oh yeah, I got the fucking best Pokemon cards. Like, I think there's going to be a holographic Charizard. Maybe there's going to be a fat Pikachu. And a bunch of dudes came up, started beating the shit out of him to try and steal his Pokemon card packs. And he was like, all right, get the fuck away from me!
Now, here's the thing. Obviously, on this podcast, obviously, we are not saying you shouldn't beat up somebody who's buying Pokemon cards.
You shouldn't beat up someone...
beat them up to steal it.
Yes. You
should beat them up because they're
hey,
28. Bro, like
you're over 20, you're over 21 and you're buying Pokemon cards not for your child that you had way too young, but for yourself, hoping that you're going to be like on your unboxing channel on YouTube and like selling. And you'll be like, this is a Charizard worth $5,000. Time to sell it. And it's like, yeah, who's going to buy it? It's the fun thing about these fucking rarity markets. It's the same thing with Counter-Strike. Like, yeah, I have a $3,000 knife. Who is going to buy it from me? Anyways, card collecting is dumb when you do it for monetary gain.
Yeah.
If you want to do it as a fun hobby, fucking go for it.
If you're going to play Pokemon, do what you fucking want. I mean, obviously, Pokemon's not as good of a card game as like Magic or whatever, or Duel Masters.
Because there always has to be a demand for it. If you are going out there and spending over $5 on one card for a Pokemon card game that you don't even know how to play,
you're a fucking fool.
You're an idiot. You're a dumbass.
Truly.
Like Magic the Gathering, understand. Because Magic the Gathering has huge tournaments and there's cards that literally make or break decks or entire decks that it's like, well, I'm going to play these. I really hope they don't have this one card that just breaks my entire deck. Oh, shit.
Bro, tell me Wizards of the Coast doesn't have it fucking made, dude. They make D&D and fucking Magic.
I was told that they are kind of becoming shitters.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I have friends who are really into Magic, and it's like they drop like new card packs and shit. And it's like, here's this brand new card, and it just totally breaks the entire game every time they drop cards because they don't consider balancing when the game comes out. And I was sitting there trying to like look on the bright side. I'm like, I'm sure it was just an accident. Like maybe they just didn't consider because there's so many Magic cards, and they were like, no, they literally just drop them. They don't even consider. They're like, here's a cool idea, not thinking of all the combinations you can do.
Yeah.
It's why like in Yu-Gi-Oh, like Polymorph and like Raise Undead and like all those other cards that are very common, Swords of Revealing Light, like cards that were super common in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime actually can't be played in the real game
because they're too broken.
They're too, because there's like.
But do you know what I say about that, Ian?
What?
It's in the game. You can't ban a whole fucking thing.
I agree. That's what I agree with fighting games.
Yeah, that's
video games. But when it comes to card games where there's just so much, you can't. Because there's cards that you can't counter. Like, say a character's busted in Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
You can always just figure out how to counter that character or move around. There's no move in fighting games that's truly just like, you cannot avoid this.
Yeah, or even still, if you're playing like a Marvel where it's like easy to pull off infinites, it's like every character has an infinite, so
But
it is balanced.
It sounds easy, but it's not, because it's still precise timing and knowing all the combos.
But if you put the time in, you can pull it off.
Yeah, but that's why people put the time in. So if I'm going, me who casually plays fighting games, I don't get upset when I lose to Anthony, who, when I went to go play the new Guilty Gear Strive beta with him yesterday, he had already been playing for 6 hours.
Oh, so he just blew your ass out.
And
like,
also he just like, he accidentally fought me because he's like, oh, don't worry, I won't play my main, so you can, check out the changes and stuff. I'm like, all right. But then he forgot to switch off, so I had to fight against his sole bad guy, which is virtually impossible to hit when you haven't played the game in like 2 months.
That's funny.
Yeah. But like, fuck, did I talk about this last week? There was like this a Tekken tournament.
I think you did talk about this.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's so bitchy. Like, shut up. That's like going like, no more Virgil in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah. Oh, that's
versatile.
Fucking horse shit. Yo, it's like that's. I'm not a toxic gamer, but that is a get good moment. Truly.
Yeah, but Virgil's very versatile, and it's like, you can't get in, but you can also get in really easily with Virgil.
Yeah.
But the fucking bitch fest that was going on with that one was like, Lydia's too strong. And it's like, no, she's just new. That's it. Lydia is the most true character I've possibly seen in Tekken.
Yeah.
Her moves are just real life karate. There's characters that get to fly around the map. Or characters with meter that are also kind of busted. Like Akuma and Geese Howard.
Oh, the characters from different games. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like, shut the fuck up. Learn to play the game better.
Mm-hmm.
Find a guy who's really into playing as Lydia and then just practice against it. Do that shit that Sonic Fox did, where he like invited a bunch of top players to come play with him at like his house for like a week straight before like Evo, when the second Evo for fighters or something.
Yeah, it was like a thing, right? To get where I think he made them all play like the new character or whatever, so he could learn how to counter.
Well, I'm sure he also would like pick up the new character and be like, "We'll do this both ways." But obviously, I'm Sonic Fox. I'm gonna win. Yeah. Or fucking like, if you go on Twitch, Leffen is probably streaming Guilty Gear right now. Like, there's just these people like want to just play. Stop being little babies.
Yeah.
But with card games, you can't figure that out.
I don't know. I think if you don't like it, play a different game.
Yeah, that too. Just take a break. If you're getting so violently mad at a game,
you can't use shards of revealing light. Why not? Swords, fuck. I don't listen. When was the last time?
You can't use Black Lotus.
You can't. You can't use Dogmaster X.
What the fuck is that from?
It's DMX.
Oh. Yeah. It's just take a break. I like it. I know it's rough.
Do you know what,
Go
Ian?
find a new hobby.
Well, do you know what, Ian? They need to nerf Mysterious Girlfriend X. Otherwise, they gotta cut that card from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Why even bring up Mysterious Girlfriend X? Have you been watching that?
No, that's just an anime that I was like, that could be a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Oh, okay. That's a decent choice.
Yeah.
My friend made me watch, or recommended me to watch Mysterious Girlfriend X when I was like first into anime, and I watched like 11 episodes of it. And then in like the 11th episode, it's like, hey, you two are like in this weird relationship this whole time. Now, what if the girl you had a crush on in middle school comes back and she confesses to you and you sit there and consider it and we just create a love triangle? And I was like, I don't like this anymore.
That's some fucking Tunibia bullshit.
Yeah.
That show
But
is
also-
so. Tunibia season 1 is great, but season 2 is such ass.
I just remember watching Demolition D's like anime roundup for seasons, and it was like when the third season of Chunibyo came out. He's like, he made some comment about being like beta. He's like, if you ever felt like you were a beta cuck, just remember this guy went 3 seasons, and when he asked his girlfriend if he could hold her hand, she said no.
It was the second season at the end, yeah.
Okay.
But there was a movie, and apparently the movie's fine, I guess. I don't know. I didn't
It's
watch the
just
movie.
like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I'm just like kind of done with anime like that. If it's a romance, I want them to get together within the first 3 episodes, or I'm done.
Yeah.
There's more to the fucking like romantic situations than will they, won't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever just watch the screen and go, make with the fucking already?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's why Horimiya is poggers. Because in the 6th episode, they make with the fucking. The problem
God,
with that
dude, I'm
anime,
so
though-
fucking white that you can't see my hand. Like, when I thumbs up here,
Oh, it almost
you
blends into
can
the
barely
wall.
see it.
Yeah.
Like, you could white balance off my leg, which looks almost the same color as my sock.
Yeah, so fucking Horimiya.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about it. That could have been a really good, like, 24 episode, like, anime.
Yeah.
But instead they were like, no, motherfucker, it's 12. And we're cutting out everything that's not about the main characters.
Damn.
And there's even, like, story arcs that are, like, not about the main characters, but the main characters are featured heavily in it. Like, they have, like, you know, there's the boy and girl, and then there's always, like, the side girl and the side boy.
Yeah.
And they have, like, we're kind of into each other sort of thing. And they have a whole, like 20 chapter arc. But in the anime, they made 1 episode and ended it there.
Damn.
And like the last episode of the season was this like shot for shot the exact same as the final chapter of the manga, which came out like the same week.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was weird because it was like one of those that just went like it ran for a long time and then took a lot of fucking breaks between like drops of 5 chapters. Yeah. So anyways, that's an old show. But speaking of old shows that are ending soon, thank God, Brooklyn
SNL?
Nine-Nine is ending after this season.
Oh, damn.
They're on their, I think it's their 9th season,
That's
and I haven't watched since like season 7 because cops are bastards.
I mean, yeah.
And they were like, we're going to handle what's going on in a mature way. And I'm like, I don't think you can.
Yeah, you've really not made that clear as
Yeah.
something you can do for yourselves.
There is still good jokes in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I don't think I will ever rewatch the show. I have definitely watched up to season 6 like twice in its entirety. But there is things about the show that were pointed out to me and have become like, what's it called?
You can't unsee them.
Yeah, that. But I mean, like, it's things that, like, you know, there's things you can't unsee that you can ignore.
Yeah.
But it's just like they point out how it's kind of the same thing that Doc was on Twitter was complaining about with Garrus, is
Yeah.
that Jake has this Punisher motherfucker, where
Yeah.
obviously not as bloodthirsty, but he thinks that that cops are always right, and that that public attorneys like public defenders are villains because they might possibly get innocent people off
Yeah.
instead of going to prison.
Or get guilty people on the streets, right?
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, they're like, we said they were guilty. Why isn't that good enough? And it's like, well, because there's the judicial system for a reason. And
'Cause
Jake
everybody
Peralta's
deserves-
like, gross. I just want to be a cop like John McClane.
Yeah, and it's like,
You know,
oh, well,
a cop who is famously very bad at his job.
a cop who's famously murdered many people.
Yeah, but they were all bad guys, Nathan.
Yeah, you were right. They were all terrorists. It's so funny though to watch Die Hard, where every story is about someone pretending to be a terrorist, but is actually trying to do a theft, and the big plot hole is like theft is a less bad crime.
What do you mean?
Well, like,
oh, then terrorism. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
I'm here to do
what
terrorism.
was the steal at Nakatomi Plaza?
Money.
But I think, okay, at least with Nakatomi Plaza, you could call them terrorists if you want, but they are definitely just thieves who got called out because they take hostages as you would do if you were robbing a place.
No, but the stuff that they're saying to the police is like, we have a noble reason or whatever, right? Like they're saying like we're doing it for this, when like actually they're just bullshitting. It's a lie because they're trying to get away with the theft. But
yeah, no, you're right.
yeah, and in three he's like trying to get back at John McClane for his brother, but in actuality he doesn't give a shit and he just wants to
He's
steal.
just using that as an excuse to steal a ton of gold.
Which again, terrorism's a worse crime than theft.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I just think if Brooklyn Nine-Nine was a show about like Andy Samberg's character growing up and realizing that the system is there for a reason and it's good that it's there, like in like season 4 or whatever, or maybe in season 5, he goes to prison. Like he goes to prison for like a couple episodes and he comes out and he's like, I don't know if I want to send someone to prison because I've seen what it's like in there and it's very bad. So what if I send a guy who's innocent or a guy whose crime isn't actually that bad to prison, and he like just ruins the dude's entire life? And I'm like, okay, that's a good thought. And then like 3 episodes later, he's like showboating because he arrested a guy that has been on the run for like 3 days.
Or brags about meeting or exceeding quotas.
I think that was just in the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like, the show was good, and then the show was a good comedy, but the things they tried to do were like fell flat, except for the episode about Terry Crews getting racially profiled. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, but it like again, it's so like the issue with portraying police as that way in the media is that people believe it.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, well, these are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Especially because it takes place in the real world, right?
Yeah, these are 8 mile. Like these are 8 what you would want to consider as good cops.
Yeah.
But then every time they show other precincts or other cops or people who are slightly higher than the detectives, like I think they did a thing with Homeland Security, where like Nick Kroll was a Homeland Security guy, where it's like they just talk shit on the guys who are all above them, thinking they're all like bureaucrats and like they don't understand what it's like to be on the streets. But then every single time you see another detective from a different thing, like, never mind, they have become a crooked cop. And it's like, why is it that everyone becomes a crooked cop so easily? It's almost as if you guys are very corruptible people.
Mm-hmm.
Like Damon Wayans Jr. shows up as like Jake's old partner for when they were beat cops, and he works at like a different precinct in Brooklyn. But then while he was at that other precinct, he became a corrupt detective. It's
Damn.
like, okay, so he was a bad guy, and you try and frame it like, I don't know how this bad guy became a bad guy. I guess it was just greed, and it's like, or power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
like
he signed up for this job because he wanted a free pass to have both a good public face and the pass to do violence on people, right?
Yeah. I don't know what this means.
What means?
But apparently, here, how fresh is this article? 31 minutes ago.
Okay.
Well, the article is from AP News, and it says Israel strikes Gaza home of Hamas leader.
Damn.
Killing a family of 10, most of them children. You know how it is.
Yikes.
The U.S. apparently there's fucking a U.S. envoy on the ground, like with the megaphone going like, "Hey, can you guys stop it?" They can't hear me. Guess it's not our problem. Yeah. So
Jesus.
Israel, like honestly, I said this as a joke the other day. Not a joke.
Like,
No, it was not a joke
yeah.
at all. I was like, I think in the next 10 years we might just literally go like, "Oh yeah, I remember those Palestinians. Sucks that they were all genocided."
Yeah.
Because the way this is going, no one's stopping Israel and no one's asking them to stop because they're acting like Israel's just doing self-defense. Because Muslims are bad guys.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yikes.
I don't want to read this. It just seems like it seems like a bummer to read.
Yep.
So I'm gonna ignore it.
Especially because they bombed a building that the AP was in.
Oh, did you just look? What is AP?
The Associated Press.
What's what's the Associated Press?
It's like it's a news company. It's like
Okay, it's a company. All right.
Yeah,
I thought it
like,
might have
or
been like a
whatever.
title, like, oh, it's the Press
No.
Associated.
Yeah, there was a building
with
that
the government.
no. So there was a building that had like offices for both Al Jazeera and the Associated Press, and that got bombed. Thankfully, the journalists got out okay, but fuck, like, right? It's bad news.
Yeah, no, sorry. Thanks, the United Kingdom.
Could you imagine fucking writing a movie in which a country literally bombs a building full of journalists reporting on the shit they're doing?
Yeah.
And like, you'd be like, that's too fucking much, dude.
I saw this really funny one actually the other day about like if I was in a creative writing class and I said that there's a corporation in this dystopian future that their logo is literally a fucking smirk, that I would be laughed out of the room and told to stop being so heavy-handed, and then just posted a picture of Amazon's logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, the world's bad.
Hey, at least America's looking pretty cool right now. Like,
Yeah, dude. In
Like-
America, they're like, if you've got both vaccines, you can just not wear a mask anywhere.
that is the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
And also, what was really weird to me is that apparently only 36% of the American population is double vaccinated.
Yeah.
But like 10 of the people who are like routinely in my Discord have both vaccinations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like every one of the Ohio boys is fully vaxxed.
Damn. Good for them.
Yeah. But it's like, why is it that like some of them are unemployed, some of them are students, like they're in positions where they don't need it as much. Why is there people just not going for it?
I think it's just the anti-vax movement.
I think it also might be the government could possibly not be giving people time off to go get it.
That's also true.
A friend who got their vaccination, actually I think they're getting it tomorrow, told me something she did that was a funny lie.
Okay, what was it?
I'll type out who it is.
Okay.
They left work early yesterday because they said they were getting vaccinated that day because your work will pay you for 4 hours to go get vaccinated. So she said that she was getting it so she would get her 4 hours, but technically the day she's getting it, she's off.
Damn. Smart.
Like, yeah, I wish I did that.
Yeah, I could get that too for my work, but also I just started there.
Yeah,
And also like I have such a long commute that like that's such a fucking waste of my time.
yeah.
In a weird way. Like it's
And
like, oh yeah,
also-
you're gonna take a fucking hour to get there, work 4 hours and take an hour back.
Well, you're still getting the other 4 hours, so it's just like you're
Yeah.
you're still saving 4 hours.
You are, but it just feels like I don't know.
Is that a
You know
job
what I
you're gonna have to work in an office for the whole time?
I think I might be able to work from home at some point, but not. They haven't told me yet.
Did you see the nonsense this week about hybrid workplaces or whatever the fuck?
What does hybrid workplaces mean?
Hybrid workplaces are people pretty much work from home jobs. Like
Okay.
a lot of office work stuff where it's like, do we need all these big offices? No, we don't. We literally don't need space for all these offices or cubicles. We could literally go and get like an office that's pretty much just a giant conference room and then just call in people to have like meetings every week or whatever. And then the rest of the week they work from home.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason to go back to work. It's been proven that all the work can be done from home. There's no monetary reason to reopen offices.
Yeah.
But then these dumb motherfuckers are going out there and being like, I don't know, I've talked to a lot of my employees, and they think that we should be able to, we should definitely work on bringing everyone back to the office space because they just enjoy it so much more here. And one guy was like right below, like it was like the top tweet right below that was just like, I got 15 hours of my life back every week because I don't have to commute an hour and a half every day to your fucking office.
Damn.
It's like, yeah, king shit. Tell him, bro.
At my place.
Also, the guy who wrote the op-ed was a dude whose job was to sell office buildings.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wonder where those opinions came from.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
Yo, I hate that shit. I hate that shit so
I
much.
really wish. I think if you are talking negatively about a concept and you are direct, and the only way you would get, the only reason you would benefit.
If you're writing about something, you should fucking disclose your relationship to it.
Like, okay, if the McDonald's CEO decides to go write an article about why the $15 minimum wage is unrealistic, despite the fact that they said they could definitely pay it whenever,
Yeah.
and not lose like any profits, then like shut the fuck up, you're a liar. But if like that guy Dan Price, who like that CEO who makes like $70,000 a year,
Yeah.
if he goes and makes an article about why other CEOs should definitely do what he did,
Right, but like that,
he gets
what
to
I'm
talk
saying is
because he's saying doing a negative to yourself is positive to others. Where that McDonald's man is doing a negative to everyone else helps me, and I think we should do that.
So my thing isn't necessarily that the McDonald's man shouldn't be allowed to write an article. If he's paying money to be allowed to write that article, I don't give a fuck. But he should be legally required to disclose, like, his relationship to that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or at least like the person, one of the editors at like, I don't know, the Washington Post should right at the top say, this contributor
is the CEO,
of
Please
McDonald's. Buy Offices in Toronto.
Yeah.
Because like straight up, my sister works for BMO.
Mm-hmm.
She works from home. She will probably continue to work from home forever because one, we're obviously in a world where people are like, that's what the big thing that changed is we really have to go with like Japan's way of dealing with colds, which is definitely stay the fuck home, and if you have to leave, wear a mask.
Yeah.
Like, my sister is immune compromised. And her job is like she teaches people how to do like fraud detection and shit.
Yeah.
So she doesn't actually have to work in person with these people, so she can work home forever. But if one day they were like, "Oh, we need you to start commuting to downtown Toronto again because BMO has 4 office buildings within an hour from each other." She's like, "No, BMO, sell those fucking office buildings or stop renting them actually because you don't own any of them."
Yeah.
Keep the main one. That's it. And just make it a bunch of conference rooms.
Yeah, like my work, there's a lot of like actual paperwork and like physical.
Isn't your thing also like kind of government?
Oh, it's not kind of. It's 100% government.
Okay, yeah. So I think with a government thing, you still need office buildings.
Yeah.
Because there's so much like secure information, you don't really just want to be like, oh, just connect to our private server wherever you are. Oh, you forgot to log out and you decided to do work without a VPN or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, no, they well,
Yeah.
they in order to log in, you have to have like the VPN.
Yeah,
But
obviously. It would
yeah,
be stupid.
it's
I was at Starbucks and I got hacked. Sorry.
but yeah, I have all this stuff, but so maybe I think like by the end I might be working, say like 1 week in, 1 week out type deal, but I don't think I'll ever be able to just be permanently at home. But yeah.
I need some fucking airflow in here. It is getting sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah, my legs.
Take off your pants. I can't even see your legs.
No. I'm not doing
Pussy.
that.
Pussy.
Yeah, anyways. Work from home.
Anyways, speaking of someone who shouldn't have shown up to work.
To work that day. Everyone who works for SNL.
Yeah. No, but in case you didn't know, somehow fucking Elon Musk was on last week's SNL.
Yeah.
And anyway, it was so bad.
I don't like. I think his. So I wanted to find a list of sketches just to like for the names. But apparently his net worth has dropped by $20 billion since he showed up on SNL.
Oh, money is so fucking fake, dude.
Yeah.
Imagine your company's stock goes down because you're dipshit.
Yeah.
Your company's stock went down because you dressed up on as Wario on fucking TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that it's like, oh, he's 20 billion poorer, and it's like he never had the fucking money.
I mean, his
it's like
net worth is 20 billion less.
There's like fucking YouTubers you can like look up, and it's like, oh, how much are they worth? Like, what's their net worth? Like, here, this is a smaller Let's Play channel. I think they have like 100,000 subscribers or something.
Yeah.
And they their net worth. Fuck. It used to autocomplete. Oh, okay. It's gone down more than it used to, but before looking it up, it used to be like, oh, they're worth $1 million, but now they're worth like 62,000. Which is could be reasonable.
How many people in that
are on the channel?
Yeah.
4.
Okay, that's poverty wages,
yeah.
baby.
Oh, but they're also like all individual Twitch streamers, so they get their own cash from there. Okay. I just looked up Alpha Rad because he was actually the guy who started that channel. Okay. And just to see, Alpha Rad is worth 1.5 million.
Okay.
Which makes a little more sense. He's pretty big. How much is PewDiePie worth now?
He's probably worth $80 fucking trillion.
17 million. But also, none of this is real. It does not matter. Mm-hmm. Corpse Husband. How much? 567,000.
Damn, dude. Good for him. He was like nobody before September.
Oh yeah, but he's got a deep voice and he shows up on other less talented people's YouTube channels.
Yeah, he's cool. I like Corpse.
Yeah, I also like that Disguised Toast guy. I like his Among Us clips. Did you see the thing Pokimane did for her birthday stream?
Oh yeah, the hot tub stream.
Yeah, she did a hot tub stream, but they were in those like comical like Venice Beach like
shirts where it was like a bikini printed on the shirt. That was funny.
Yeah, and they put it. All the dudes were normal because no one cares about the dudes, but all the girls were wearing them.
Well, Toast wore like a fake abs.
Oh, he wore the fake abs naked one.
Yeah.
Was Michael Reeves on that stream?
No, not a shirt. Like he had a thing that he was wearing, like a thing that was like a skin-colored thing to wear under the shirt that gave him like abs and pecs.
Yeah. So, anyways, Elon Musk. When he was on SNL.
Not only did he tank his own money by $20 billion, an amount that obviously for any other person would devastate their entire lineage, he also devastated Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I have family members that are into Dogecoin, and I'm like, this is dumb. It's dumb. If you want to make money using cryptocurrency, buy cryptocurrency, to buy chemical versions that are slightly different than drugs, right? Buy some fake MDMA online and then sell that fake MDMA like a normal person does making money.
You know what fucking sucks?
What?
They had Elon Musk host last week. Do you know who's hosting today?
Who?
Keegan-Michael Key.
Much better.
An actually hilarious man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man.
As far as I'm aware, Keegan-Michael Key hasn't supported any wars.
Yeah. And is, like, also has a sketch background. He was on Mad TV for, like, 10 years.
And Key and Peele.
Yeah, Key and Peele, one of the funniest sketch shows.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man.
I feel bad for Keegan-Michael Key sometimes because it's like Jordan Peele becomes like one of the most like, incredible
I don't know.
directors.
He's still like getting really good work. Like, you know, you
Yeah.
can see from like his years, like how long, when was he on? He was on Mad TV from 2004 to 2009. He wasn't really doing anything between those years and was just like in like, he was in like random movies and then Key and Peele started and it's like, oh, now he's like a main character
bigger,
or like a main supporting.
Yeah, but it's like I feel bad for him after Get Out and shit, where it's like, oh, I'm the one that like is still doing the like struggling grabbing like small comedic roles in movies.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like Jordan Peele is like, I'm a fucking director.
I'm a writer and
I'm an Academy Award nominated director.
I get people mad at me all the time, and I heard the worst take ever the other day.
Oh God.
It was that Jordan Peele is a massive racist.
To whom?
White people.
He's got a white wife. He's got a white wife. He can't be racist.
Oh,
we can do it back.
No, but I was just talking about like Shrek 2 because someone was playing I Need a Hero at work, and I was like, oh, it's that fucking song from Shrek 2. And then I just talked about how like Shrek 2 and Get Out technically have the same narrative structure.
Yeah, arguably.
Yeah, you can argue about it, but fuck you. But then, and then the guy, you know, it's the dude at work, talk about him a couple times, where he's just like, oh, Get Out. And I'm like, oh, you know that movie started by Jordan Peele? He's like, racist! You shut the fuck up! You get back in your basement!
Who are you talking
my sister.
to? Oh.
My sister. Stephen Root's in Get Out? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so it's he just I have not seen Get Out because I don't like scary things.
I haven't seen Us. Get Out's not scary.
I know. I've heard, but he says that like what's the plot? Like why did they want to steal their bodies?
Because they're genetically superior. It's like
that was his logic. Is that because they are white people saying we need to take black people's bodies because they're genetically superior. He says that's racist because it's saying black people are superior to white people.
But they're not saying...
I get the point.
The movie's saying it's the people who are like, oh, black people are better at running and jumping and shit.
Or that's black people naturally have huge dicks.
Like, it's the whole point is saying that's like fucked up to say. Like, that's... Oh my God. Dude. Has that man ever, like, read a book?
He's probably read more books than I have.
Damn.
So I don't read books.
You get what I mean.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Has he ever comprehended a sentence? I guess.
Yeah. He also hates Brie Larson.
Oh, because feminism gone mad.
I just think Brie Larson is just kind of annoying.
I like Brie Larson. I think she's great.
I think kind of she's just annoying to me. I'm not for the same reason he is. Like he thinks, but I just anyway, it's not worth getting into with that. Yeah. Because then you'll have to cancel me.
Yeah.
Because she's a woman. I'm kidding.
No, I like Brie Larson a lot. I didn't love the movie Captain Marvel.
Because it's not good.
It's like fine. It's whatever.
I like
it's not everybody who's like it's dog shit. I'm like, okay.
No, because
I don't trust
I like
you.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I like Ant-Man 1 and 2. Like,
yeah.
They're not great, but like
yeah, like I'm not gonna be here to be like, yo, Captain Marvel's the best one. But
Oh,
it's
no,
like
absolutely not.
it's like
I think-
people who are like Captain Marvel's fucking terrible. I'm like,
You know how like
It's
in the
not
past
that bad.
people were like Captain America, the first one was a bad movie because it was just an advertisement for Avengers. But like actually it's pretty good.
did people say that?
People said that all the time.
I never heard anybody.
I think
say
even
that shit.
you might have said that.
No, I said that the post-credits scene is just a scene from the Avengers.
Yeah, that too. That's also stupid. But like Captain Marvel really feels like, oh, we need to put this in because we can't have that big of a space between the two like Avengers movies, and the movie's just kind of boring.
Yeah, like
And also like
I'm not here saying it's great.
people
but
rag
it's
on
fun.
Marvel all the time for their like girl power moments. I don't think Captain Marvel has a single good girl power moment, but they have like 5 of them.
I don't think they're bad. I think the I don't need to prove anything to you is probably pretty good.
Yeah, there's something I don't like about that. I think it was a good when in the theater I was like, "Oh, okay, that's nice." But it wasn't like very exciting.
No, but I think it works because especially like it's subversive as to what you think a movie would do because usually people have to prove shit. And so I think that like works. in
Okay,
that
wait,
movie's
but like
favor.
what's the term subversive? Because I always
Yeah.
like to make fun of it.
Yeah.
Does it mean you aren't supposed to expect that she would just shoot him and say I don't need to prove anything to you?
Yeah, it's like not what you would normally see in a film. Feature
Okay.
film.
All right. Okay. So it's not something you would normally see because I saw it coming. Like I was like as soon as she
Okay.
did it, I'm like, all right. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not like I think that scene works. I think her stealing the bike of the guy that says "smile" is fine.
I think it's funny. I think that's
Yeah,
a good
it's pretty
joke.
funny. A lot of people are
It's
like,
a good
"Yeah, that's fucking, what a piece
it's a
of
good
shit."
like instant loss moment.
Yeah.
But it's not the worst one. It's not the worst Marvel movie though, for sure.
Yeah, it's not like Iron Man 2.
No, I wouldn't even say it. You should watch Iron Man 2 again.
I just
'Cause I
don't
think-
like that Iron Man 2 is basically Atlas Shrugged.
I don't know what that means at all, but
It's like Ayn Rand. It's like libertarian as fuck.
okay. But what sucks, it's like, is there any movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that is worse than Thor: The Dark World?
Again, I would have said Iron Man 2 because I think that one's the worst.
I don't think Iron Man 2 is the worst. I think
I also
Thor:
haven't
The
seen
Dark
it
World
that
is the
much.
worst, and Iron Man 3 is worse.
Oh, bad take. I really like Iron Man 3.
I think Iron Man 3 was fucking shit.
I thought Iron Man 3 was really fun.
I just liked it better when Iron Man's villains were like other robot men, which I know you can't just keep doing that because it's like, oh, it gets to a point where it's like, well, whatever. We don't.
I don't know.
keep
I like
needing all these robots.
Extremis, but I liked Extremis in the comics too. I was happy to see the Extremis thing happen.
Yeah, but like when it's just like, oh,
and
here's
I
these fire people that can't be killed, and I was like, whatever.
And you know what I think? I think that the Mandarin twist is fine.
Oh no, that's fine. I like that
Yeah,
part of the movie.
I think that's funny, and I like Ben Kingsley a lot.
Yeah, I like. Oh, that was another thing in the fucking the thing with Secret Invasion. Ben Kingsley is in that show.
Oh, what the fuck? He's back as Trevor Slattery?
No, it didn't say that. It just says that Ben Kingsley. Hold up, 1 second. No,
Okay.
I got confused. Thank you, Wikipedia, because I looked up Ben Kingsley. Not
Yeah.
to be confused with Kingsley Ben Adir.
Isn't that his real name?
No. Kingsley Ben Adir is a 35-year-old actor, also from England.
Okay.
He starred as Malcolm X in the Amazon Studios film One Night in Miami. He
Oh,
was
shit.
He appeared in series 4 and 5 of Peaky Blinders.
Okay.
He's uncredited in World War Z. I would want to be too. Yeah, that's pretty much his big roles. But he's in
Okay.
Secret Invasion.
Okay, cool.
What if he plays a similar character to Ben Kingsley's?
Yeah.
He's like he transforms into the Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian.
Fuck the man. No, what's his
The
name? The
Mandarin.
Mandarin. All right, they don't look anything close, like at all.
No.
Like, they're not even the same
He played Malcolm X, dude. He's black.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that part. I just rolled over that.
Okay. I think here is my thing, because we know the real Mandarin, right, is showing up in
Yes.
Shang-Chi. Do you think we're gonna see Ben Kingsley make a cameo? Because remember, in All Hail the King, the little short, they had like agents of the real Mandarin kidnap Ben Kingsley.
Wait, sorry. Go say that again.
Okay, so did you watch? There's the short All Hail the King, right? The Marvel one shot back when they did those, where it's Trevor Slattery in prison, right? And at the end of that, a guy working for the real Mandarin, like the Ten Rings, right?
Yes.
He goes and says, like, I work for the real guy. You stole his name. I'm kidnapping you. And he kidnaps Trevor Slattery at the end of that little short.
Okay.
So do you think we'll have Slattery back in Shang-Chi to fucking I guess, be murdered?
I don't think he'll get murdered, but he'll probably be like hanging out there.
That'd be
Maybe
cool.
there's a part where where someone and like one of the main characters ends up in a prison and they just look over to the right and Ben Kingsley's there like practicing acting.
That'd be so funny. That'd be so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Did we know anything about Masters of the Universe Revelation prior to this week?
Oh, we knew it was gonna happen.
Okay.
Like it had been announced as a thing, but now we got pictures.
And also a release date.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's gonna be a new animated series by
Kevin Smith. Because he's got to be doing something.
But the animation studio is the one that does Castlevania.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and it's gonna be PG-13. Oh yeah, didn't Castlevania Season 4 come out on Friday?
It did, yeah. I was going to watch it, and then I was like, I'll watch it later, and then I just never did.
I never did either, so...
Yeah. Ooh. I like this voice. Did you see the voice cast?
No, I didn't.
So the guy playing He-Man is, I don't know him, and it looks like he's only done CW shows. It's a guy named Chris Wood.
Okay.
He is the voice of He-Man. Let's see what he's done. Vampire Diaries, and he's in an episode of Supergirl. All right. And then, do you know who is playing Skeletor?
Who?
Mark Hamill.
Dude!
Yeah. Sarah Michelle Gellar is playing Tila. Liam Cunningham is playing Man-at-Arms. Lena Headey is playing Evil Lynn.
Okay.
Diedrich Bader is King Randor and Trapjaw. Alicia Silverstone is Queen Marlena. Stephen Root as Cringer. Kevin Conroy is there as Merman. I'm just skipping over some of the names. Oh, Kevin Michael Richardson is Beastman. Jason Mewes is Stinkor.
Nice.
Justin Long is Roboto. Phil Lamar is Hero. Cree Summer is Priestess. Harley Quinn Smith as Alina. And that's the last one.
Okay,
I only said Harley Quinn Smith because it's Kevin Smith's daughter.
Yes. I have some other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Stephen Root as Cringer.
Yeah. I said that one.
Oh, you said that one? Fuck.
Yes.
Okay. What about Kevin Conroy as Merman?
I said that one.
Fuck. Okay. Did you say Henry Rollins?
Henry Rollins is there?
Yeah, he's playing Triclops.
Nice.
And Tony Todd as Scareglow.
Scareglow?
Yeah.
I don't know Tony Todd.
Tony Todd's the guy from all the Candyman movies.
I just think it's really funny when Henry Rollins shows up in things.
Yeah.
Because, like, oh, here's this old punk dude just showing up in, like, big budget things now. Fuck it, whatever.
Oh, yeah, so the first 5 episodes are releasing July 23rd, and there's going to be a second part later.
Yeah. Probably 6 months. Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
So I just looked up Henry Rollins' voice credits.
Yeah.
He voices Zahir.
Yeah.
In The Legend of Korra.
Oh, did you not know that?
Know that? No!
I thought you knew that.
I didn't know that at all. That's fucking amazing. I wonder if Henry Rollins kept up with it. When the pandemic started, he started to do a like radio show that was mostly just about like talking about old punk.
Yeah.
Things that like it was he didn't like play things off of YouTube. He had a setup where it was playing from his record player, but they were all bootlegs that he had from his like years growing up in the punk scene.
Damn.
Yeah, I wonder if he still has that. I'll look for it later.
That's cool.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, Sonic fan games are chill apparently.
Yeah, so that means like Sonic TV. Or what was that really like weird one where like play
Sonic Dreams Collection.
Sonic Dreams Collection is fine. Sega's will never take it away from you.
Okay, so that's by the Arcane Kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the lead developers of that is a guy named Ben Esposito,
I think I've heard that name.
who was also made Donut County.
Oh, okay.
Fucking same person who was like one of the leads on Sonic Dreams Collection made Donut County.
I wish
And
Donut County was longer.
Dude, yeah. That game's great though.
Yeah, it's interesting for what it is.
Yeah.
I
It's
just like
super
how you
fun.
play as that girl, and then like you have that friend. Your friend is just a raccoon, and no one ever like talks about it. Like there's humans and there's animals, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, because I think technically most of the game you play is the raccoon.
I'm not sure.
Because you're playing as BK.
Maybe.
Because she's always yelling at him for stealing all the people. With
Yeah.
The hole.
And then it turns out raccoons are all villains.
Yeah, because it's like they're stealing and being shitty and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Alright,
get
but
that part where you go to LA.
Yeah.
And the Trashopedia is so fucking funny, dude.
The whole game's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's just so short.
Yeah, I mean, it's like made by one guy, so you can't be that mad about it, you know?
The light was bothering me.
Okay.
So that's the news for this week. I'm sure you all enjoyed it very much.
Oh, wait, one of the things I forgot to say about Dogecoin tanking is that that's mistakes into miracles.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Dogecoin's so stupid. I'm so tired of crypto. I said this the other day, and Anthony tried to challenge me on it, and I just did not want to explain myself. But
again, if you want to make money on crypto, use cryptocurrency to buy drugs and sell drugs like a regular fucking person.
Yeah. But so I was just complaining. I'm like, I think I just unfollow artists when they start making NFTs.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, one, the environmental impact that I'm not going to research on and just keep saying forever. Two, it's like when there was girls used to, like when I was younger and the same level of horny, it's just that I can contain it a little better. I would go and follow every hot chick I could find on Instagram, especially if they were like a cosplayer. And then inevitably every post would just be like, go to my Patreon. Go check out my Patreon. Give me your money. Because I'm hot. Go give me money. Give me money. I'm not going to show you my tits. Give me money. And that's what it felt like. And I'm like, I did a mass unfollowing, and now NFTs feels like that. It's not like someone puts out a piece of art and then does a quote tweet at like a day later or something. It's like it's now an NFT that you can buy. Now it's always like every fucking five tweets in a row every day. It's like NFTs aren't bad. They're really good for artists. Now give me 0.5 Ethereum for this drawing that you don't own, but you have a receipt for saying that you have an NFT for it.
Yeah, it's bullshit. One of the things I always said is that it's I said it's just yet another way to get fucking finance losers into the art space.
Yeah.
because it's like it used to be a finance loser would go to a museum or art gallery or whatever, fucking buy a huge painting to put it in their house and be like, look at me, I'm fucking great, right? And now an NFT is just a less good version of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just... NFTs are dumb. Let's just appreciate art in real life.
Yeah.
If you really want to own... what's wrong with owning physical art in your home? What's wrong with spending $45 on a Pride weed flag?
You know what? That's a good deal, though.
Yeah, and actually, that's a Jeff Rosenstock thing. Like, that's from his store. And I'm in a Jeff Rosenstock shitposting group, which is mostly just like, we're all sad. Let's make jokes about Jeff and argue about why State Line is better than Stand There Till You're Sober. And those are 2 songs. And every once in a while, like, probably every week, someone shows up and goes like, does anyone know where I can get the flag?
That's funny.
I can't buy it anywhere because, it's underground enough that no one is there trying to do, like, reselling shit. But it's also too underground where you have to wait till they put up sales for it.
Nice.
Which is how everything should be.
Yeah.
For art, at least.
Mm-hmm.
For, like, computer parts, no. For video game consoles, no. That should be on a put your name on a list. We'll get to you when we get to you.
Yeah, that would be chill.
And also do like weekly checks to make sure to remain on the list. Like send someone an email and be like, hey, click on this link and answer a skill question every week to make sure you're not a robot.
Okay, to make sure someone's not a robot.
Because the list could be like packed. Yeah. You could be like, here, let me put the list out, and then the list becomes fucking packed with bots immediately.
Because in my mind, I was
names.
like, oh, well, if I miss the email,
you got a week to reply then, because I think that's a reasonable concern. And they once a month they'll do the actual drop.
I don't know what I was gonna say. I had something.
It's all right. You'll get around to it.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you like the band? I have a couple bands that I'm like, hey, do you know this band? Because I think you'd like them.
Yeah.
So I really like Beach Bunny.
I think
they have a lot of TikTok songs.
1 second.
2.
I think I might have one song.
They have that song, Cloud 9. But when he loves me.
Oh, okay. I do know that because of that song.
TikTok. But they also have one that was like, I never cut out for prom queen.
I have a Beach Bunny song, and it's sports.
Oh, I don't know that one. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I listened to that whole album, I think.
Yeah. It's always funny to do. Like, I love listening to whole albums. I love the artistry of a full album.
Yeah.
Like how songs flow in together and shit.
But then you don't know the names of any of the songs.
Yeah, I forget all the songs.
Yeah.
You're not... You definitely never listened to Alexis on Fire when you were younger, right?
No, I didn't.
They have an album... It's the album that came out when we were like 14. It's called Old Crows, Young Cardinals, and the first songs on the album is Old Crows, and then it's Old Crows and then Young Cardinals, but it's one. If you listen to it back to back, it flows into each other really well. Yeah.
Do you know what album's great at that is? A lot of albums are great at that, but there's 2, Mariana's Trench, which I know they're very, very pop band here in Canada and everywhere else. They're super underground. But go on. They have 2 albums that are like really deeply connected in a lot of ways. Masterpiece Theater, which revolves around the first song, the song right in the middle, and the last song all being the same song redone.
Okay.
And then they have their one album called Ever After, where the entire album tells an entire story and flows into each other with a recurring 4-note throughout the entire album. And then the last song has bits and pieces of every song on the fucking album.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. You know how the song "Hey Ya" by Outkast is a
1,
song
2,
about how,
3, 4.
but you like the
baby.
lyric. If you listen to the lyrics, it's about how like people don't actually care about the artistry of music anymore. They just want to listen to like fun pop music.
I thought Hey Ya was about how you're falling out of love with someone.
You know what?
But,
I
like,
might be
you're
mixing up
partying
the
about it.
songs, but there's one of them. It's by Outkast. I think it is Hey Ya. I think you might also be. I think that's also a theme, but it's like falling out of love of doing music. But you know the song Crab Bucket?
Oh, by fuck, what's that guy's name?
I can't remember it either, but he is specifically a Canadian artist.
No Time to Get Down. 'Cause
Chaos.
I'm moving up. Chaos, that's his name. He's great.
Do you know what that song is actually about?
Yeah, it's about the Toronto music scene.
It's
The
well,
Canadian
the
music
Canadian music scene, and I'm like, I just think those songs are very similar. Where Hey Ya is about how like it's got that line in the song where it's like you don't want to hear me, you just want to dance or whatever the fuck.
Okay.
It's like you don't want to hear him talk, you just want to just hang out to like pop music. And Crab Bucket's just like this fun hip hop song, but really it's about this dude's frustrations with like not being not breaking out of the music scene in Canada because Canadians are so like protective of Canadian artists. It's like, no, they're ours, and it's like you can't make fucking money with just being here.
Crawl out, you get pulled back down. Cruising down Yonge Street on a Friday, trying to work it out, trying to have my way. That song's great, dude.
Yeah, he's kind of not making a lot of music anymore.
No, I think he stopped. What?
He is a longtime vegetarian and promoted animal rights with PETA.
Oh.
First part, cool. Second part, work with someone else.
Yeah. But also that was super popular for a while, so like I get it.
Yeah, it was. And also that it doesn't give me a date, so maybe like he worked with them when we didn't know that they were euthanizing dogs left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, music's cool.
Crab Bucket's such a good... Oh, also I was going to say, do you listen to House Ghost?
House Ghost. I don't know that one, actually.
They're an Ohio band. Shout out to our Ohio boys.
Honestly, I bet they... Well, at least if Anthony heard that, he'd be like, probably have seen them live.
But they're cool. They put out an album like a year or so or two ago, and I liked it. It's kind of like...
You know what's... I don't know. Actually, you know what sucks, actually, for real? Is being a fan of a band where that band's hometown is near you.
Oh, because you meet people that like know them?
No, because they don't. This is the thing I learned. I kind of pieced together because I was listening to an old podcast. I don't know if they're ever going to do it anymore because one of the hosts of the show killed himself.
Ooh,
it was very sad. Yeah, and like he had like this. It was like one of the episodes like right before he did it. The like host blew up on him. Because he was just like, they have like these games. It was like a music show, and it just felt like really bad. Because he just kind of says like, the show is for you to discover new music, but you just won't engage with us. And then I don't know, it just felt like really put down. Like obviously, it was just the dude who killed himself was more being difficult than the guy just saying, "Hey, fuck you, I'm doing this for you, and you should be appreciative." Yeah. So but like. This is the podcast I found Fiddler from, and Zach from Fiddler they're both it's Jonah Ray's podcast, and they're both from Hawaii. They actually grew up together, or like he was friends with his older sister, and he asked like, "Have you ever played a show back in Hawaii since you've blown up?" And he said no, because they want us to do it for free, and like people want to get into the show for free, but Fiddler's not a huge band. Like they've had like 3 albums, and they don't get played on the radio because they're a bit too like punk.
Well, they get played on I think a lot of the like Alton rock stations.
They show up in like video game radio stations. I think too. I've heard them once on like Indie 88, but that was when Indie 88 was hosting the Josie Dye Shock Drop, and Fiddler was the headliner there.
You know what, Fiddler. When that last album I think came out, which had a couple of singles on it. I heard those a lot on the radio.
It has a lot more of like, it's a lot more safe for radio stuff because they were a little more professional with it. But he just talked about how he doesn't want to go back. So I'll fucking like look at a pup tour list and they'll go to Ohio twice before they'll play in Toronto.
That's funny.
And also, but then they'll go fucking play in Toronto and it's like, you better be like there immediately when they put tickets out because they will all sell out. And I usually go and buy like 4 tickets at once.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So the songs that played on the radio from the last Fiddler album that played a lot was Can't You See and By Myself. Those were both on the radio a lot. Their other albums, yeah, like, you know, Y Generation played on the radio like a few times. I remember.
Which is crazy because Y Generation wasn't even a single.
Right, but that's the one that's like Generation Y, right? That's the one I'm thinking of. Okay. But yeah, their first album, not a lot of their stuff went on the radio for obvious reasons, but they were popular.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to make it sound like they aren't popular at all, because I'm looking like their appearance in media. They played Jimmy Kimmel in 2015.
Yeah.
They have No Waves is in Saints Row 4 and The Crew and the Netflix series Love. White on White was in Sunset Overdrive, which is crazy because Sunset Overdrive doesn't have an actual like radio station in the game. It just shows up during one of the segments of the game.
Yeah.
That is the only thing missing from Sunset Overdrive is a radio.
Yeah, and like upgrades to your movement.
Yeah, because you always kind of just stay the same speed.
Yeah, so like the game gets really boring.
Cheap Beer because was in the movie Neighbors. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say Sunset Overdrive is like a pretty long game. And
yeah,
like
I didn't finish it.
I've started it a few times. I've never finished it.
I was talking to Anthony about it one time, and I think we both were like into the idea of playing like because the game's co-op, like totally.
Yeah.
And I think we were both into the idea of playing it in co-op. But then I just started thinking, and I'm like, it's so hard to play games that we've already started with Anthony. Like, you know, I'll be like, hey, you want to play Monster Hunter? And he'll be like, I am a busy man. And I'm like, you know what? You are. Yeah. So, yeah, it's rough. That game is just it's too long. The side content is not as rewarding as you want it to be. It's just kind of like, oh, it's there. The upgrades you get are mostly damage based that you just kind of have to earn.
Spider-Man is simply the better version of Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, it's just Sunset Overdrive has like these cool ideas.
Yeah. It's just I feel like Sunset Overdrive for me personally, the like punk and comedy stuff felt forced and not like it didn't feel
felt
earnest.
Sarcastic a lot of the time.
like it's like doing all this stuff where it's like trying to be punk, but it just
or like the only reason
it doesn't
why
feel like real, you know.
But
what
then
I mean?
also they said at like early on in the game is the reason why the people who become zombies are the people who ingested this energy drink, and the reason why you, the main character, did not become a zombie is because you're a vegan.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you're saying every person in the game is a vegan. Because they were the only people who were apparently that is the only class of people we were told is resistant to it because they don't drink energy drinks because they're all fake. But
do they say that the main character is vegan? I don't remember that.
I remember that being like a part of the fucking story. But then there's characters you meet later on where it's like these guys are like fucking D&D nerds. Like there's a whole joke where you play as like you play a D&D campaign at like by killing
I thought it
zombies.
was just that it was just that if you drink it, and not necessarily that everybody's a vegan.
But they said the reason, yeah. But like, are you telling me that fucking like D&D nerds and like gaming nerds aren't like drinking a popular energy drink to stay up all night?
They might be drinking a different one. I don't know.
It sounds like this was like the only one. Like it pushed out all the competition, but also it only existed in this one town, this city.
The city of not Angeles.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think it was a really nice aesthetic. It's just that it was just like they tried to make the entire city feel punk, but like aesthetically punk.
Mm-hmm.
And when you come at it from an aesthetic, it's like, oh, they're all vegans and they're all like very sensitive and they love the environment. It's like, nah, man, go watch that All Gas No Brakes video about that punk concert in LA a few weeks ago. Like, punks are just people who are into punk for the aesthetic are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They're like, punk's about not giving a shit. There was a crust punk there, which is the grossest kind of punk you could be. He's like, yeah, I don't shower.
Yeah, like,
Just
punk's not
disgusting.
about not giving a shit. It's about fighting power or whatever.
I was watching Hassan react to it, and he was just like, I don't understand. I'm a square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But then again, I'm not punk. I just appropriate the aesthetic. So
yeah. Oh, they also had like they had the fucking singer of the Melvins do the voice of the like characters and shit.
What does that mean?
The Melvins
Is that
is
bad?
a punk band. No. It's like it's good, but it's like one of those things where it's like you put so much effort into the aesthetic, you decided to just make an entire game about the shallow aesthetic of punk.
So what you're saying is they should have had more crust punks in the game.
No, what I'm saying is they should have just wrote a story and then put the aesthetic on your character and not made the entire world feel punk.
That too.
The coolest part of that game is the ninja cheerleaders. But also then it goes back around to bad because I think they were high school cheerleaders. And there is like, hey, look at how sexy these women are. And I'm like, my character is at least 25 and these are children. Yeah.
I feel like Sunset Overdrive would have been really cool if it came out like in 2018. Or no, 2018. Fucking 2012.
Oh, yeah. If
2011.
Sunset Overdrive came out like at like the same time like Saints Row 2 came out, oh,
Yeah, or even 3.
couldn't compete.
Like, yeah, Saints Row 3, same time period. Yeah, it would have done great. Because like, I feel like if you're
Which it only came out 2 years later.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're gonna do all the fucking shit that like you do in that game, like after fucking Lollipop Chainsaw already did the better version of that, like by just not giving a fuck.
And already like sexualized a child in a way that we all just let happen.
She's carrying the severed head of her boyfriend.
Yeah, but like, you know, how they use the character model.
Upskirt her all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Suitified.
Which I don't even think if you go look at modern cheerleaders, they don't even like really wear if they're wearing a skirt, they're wearing like spats or it's like a skirt sort of thing going on.
Yeah, it's a sex thing. It's just a sex thing for a cheerleader outfit. But Lollipop Chainsaw is fun because it's very tongue in cheek.
Actually, yeah, even when Lollipop Chainsaw came out, there's like a girl and that I was like friends with on Facebook who was like a really big like into cheerleading and stuff. She just wore like like a red top and then like the tights, like the spats. That's it. Because, you know, why are we putting children in sexy outfits? What's going on?
Well, maybe the main character of Lollipop Chainsaw is a professional cheerleader for an NBA team.
But she's not.
Anyway.
Lollipop Chainsaw is like really kind of cool looking though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game's great. Like, it's goofy. It's on purpose goofy.
Yeah.
Again, the still alive severed head of her boyfriend hangs like a like off of her fucking waist.
Yeah, it's funny.
Because her
Also,
boyfriend got zombified, but she had to cut his head off.
Yeah, and
Keep him alive.
she has like bullshit powers, like knowledge to know that she can just do that.
Well, because she's from a family of zombie hunters or vampire hunters or whatever.
She is 18 years old, but
Then it's
she's
fine.
in high school.
Then it's fine. She just has an early birthday.
Her birthday's in February, so yeah, that's absolutely what they did. I'm sure if you go into Japan, it's just like, oh yeah, you know, 14.
Like a thing that would be completely unbelievable due to her body type.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You ever just go
anyways.
on a dating app and be like, why are there 18-year-olds? I couldn't date an 18-year-old. I'm fucking too old.
Yeah. Well, no, I have my things like set up higher. So
Oh.
the fucking end is to the end. 90-year-olds, please connect. But then it's like 21 at the oldest.
At the youngest, you mean?
Yes. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. All right, so did you do anything this week?
Not really.
You did nothing.
Dude, I played more Returnal and got further. I played more Nier and got a little bit further. Like, I played the new part of Nier. I played the ship.
You got the ship?
Yeah, I got to the ship.
How'd you feel about
It's great.
it?
It's a great
Yeah.
section. It's
Yeah.
really cool. I'm sure when play through B, it's gonna be really cool. Because there's parts where she's legit talking, and I'm like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't know what she's saying, but I'm sure it'll be interesting.
Did you see? Okay. The man with the red bag.
Yes.
Did he make it to the end of Nier, like the original, or was he even a character in the original Nier?
I don't think he was even a character.
Okay.
I don't remember him.
All right. That it also kind of makes sense. So that dude. So that also means there was new content in part A, because you had to deal with that guy.
Because you talked to him. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I had a spooky week.
Yeah. Because you
So
played Resident Evil.
Yeah. Did I talk about Resident Evil 4 last week?
Yes, you did.
Okay. So I immediately after I finished Resident Evil 4,
Yep.
like before the podcast.
And then
And
you
then
played
after,
7.
I went and played 7, and I beat it in like a day.
And how did you like it? I'm
7's
assuming you really
cool.
liked it.
I know I liked it. I think it's a good game. I don't like Ethan.
Yeah, he's kind of nobody.
Yeah. Hey, wait, straight up, are you ever gonna play 8?
I think I might watch a LP, but yeah.
Okay. So it's just like Ethan was really cool. No, 1 second. Ethan was all right.
Yeah, he's just whatever. He is a
He's
nobody.
just whatever. He is nobody. It's like, who the fuck is Mia? Oh, nothing. Actually, 1 second at the end of Resident Evil 7, or towards the end, they reveal that Mia is the reason why everything goes bad for this family.
Yeah, because
and
she's kind of
is
terrible.
She is actually a bioterrorist.
Yeah.
She works for the Connections, which have direct correlation to Blue Umbrella, which is also related to Umbrella. Which
Yeah, but now the
somehow
new
still
umbrella.
around.
But there's the new umbrella that is what Chris is a part of.
Yes, but
Did you play all the DLC?
No, I didn't. I should probably go back and play them.
Especially End of Zoe.
Yeah. Does that tell you what happens after you leave? And
Yeah, you get
ending?
introduced to Uncle Baker, where you can do sick fucking moves.
Yeah, so Resident Evil 7, I just feel like Resident Evil used to have more boss fights than that is in 7.
Right, because seven's a bit more grounded. Because it's
7's
first
like
person.
you have
it's trying to be.
you have a boss fight, which I would more say is
Mm-hmm.
a scenario against Jack Baker,
Yeah.
Father Baker in the garage, but I didn't have enough ammo because I was playing on a normal difficulty and was
Mm-hmm.
fighting everything I saw because I don't like running through past things in
Mm-hmm.
first person. So I didn't have a lot of ammo. So he got into the car and just kept running me over, and I couldn't even get up long enough to heal.
Yeah.
So I already knew. No one had to tell me. I didn't have to Google it. I could get in that fucking car.
Yeah.
So I got in the fucking car and I ran over Jack Baker for about 5 minutes straight.
Yo, it's so funny when he's Tokyo drifting though. That's such a good fight.
Yeah, but then he hops on the top of the car, pulls off the roof, and then says, "You want to see what I can do?" And then he drives you into a bunch of like
Wall.
steel beams, and
And
the
he
steel
kills
beams kills him, and then you
Yeah.
just escape. Then you just keep playing the game. Turns out, fuck you, Jack's still alive. Chainsaw battle.
Yeah.
That's a cool part, only because
That's the part I was trying not to give away to you last.
I think
last
the
week.
environmental, like the way you use the environment in that fight, is phenomenal. like having the bodies that you kick into him to stun him. So I already knew about that fight actually because Discord regular Holly was streaming Resident Evil 7. This is the last thing I actually saw her stream because I decided I was going to play it.
Okay.
So I watched her fight Jack, and all she did was run in a circle, kick the bodies for no reason, and not even chainsaw Jack after he was stunned.
That's funny.
So I was like, we were all going, like, everyone in the call was like, Holly, please, attack! So I knew, so I, like, had a very good, like, fast fight against him. But it was fun. It was entertaining.
You fought the bug woman?
I fought the Bugussy.
Yeah.
That fight is annoying.
Yeah.
If you aren't constantly aggressive in that fight, you will lose, like, instantly. Yeah. So that one was whatever. Then you kill her. She's just dead. She's, like, the only one that has, like, one form. She's
less cool. But then you have Lucas, who is kind of just normal, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. His boss fight is actually Jack Baker 3.
Oh.
So, did you play Resident Evil 7?
I played, like, most. I think I got halfway, but it was too spooky at times. I was like, nah.
I think I'm just kind of desensitized to it. I literally played through both 7 and 8, and I was like, I'm not scared, like, the whole time. Except for something in 8 that I will get to.
Okay.
So there's a really cool thing where you can get a tape from Lucas called Happy Birthday.
Yeah.
And that's how you can figure out how to do Lucas's traps without taking any damage to yourself. And there's a point where to get the fucking, like, wheel to turn the water off to get through, I think if you watch the tape, you can just go get the wheel immediately.
Oh.
But if you don't watch the tape, I think you have to go through the whole thing, and it's like a mystery. Because also, oh no, I don't think it's possible. Because the reason why the room catches on fire is because you take the winding wheel out of that barrel of gasoline to turn the clown on, which carves the word loser into your arm, which would tell you how to get into the door for the water wheel. That's weird. Yeah, so like you go through that, he gets frustrated that you don't die. You have a mini boss fight against just like what becomes a normal infected boss later on, like just a guy who shows up. And then that's the end. You rescue Zoe and Mia. You have all the parts to make the serum. You get 2 parts, but no, Jack shows up as a giant, horrible monster now with a bunch of eyes all over him. And that fight is kind of boring.
Then you have to choose who to save, your wife or some random bitch.
If you choose Zoe, the game ends and you lose about a third of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously I saved Mia. I did actually see this part before, like vaguely when Holly was streaming it. Like I kind of just tuned in and out, but I wasn't paying attention. Her getting onto the boat, but I didn't watch and pay attention, so it was still like a mystery to me.
Yeah.
But I had her thing muted, so when Zoe is saying saying oh, I guess it's fine, whatever. This is what I deserve. I'll just rot and die here, or whatever. I thought in my mind she said it like, whatever. This is gonna happen. It's not your fault. But she actually yells at you in the actual game, where she's like, That's funny. Fucking fine. I didn't choose this life. I'll fucking die.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, I get it. This is my fucking actual wife
that I came
here to
3
save.
Years.
Like, I'm sorry. That sucks. But you knew what was gonna fucking happen.
Then you save her. You go do a segment where you play as her on a ship, and you find out about Evelyn, the person who brought the mold into the Baker family.
The little girl, but wait. It's the grandma.
And then you go back.
That's a good twist, though. That's a good twist.
You like play through that whole area. It's just kind of annoying and not very fun. I just threw bombs at a lot of enemies' feet. And then you go through the salt mines near the Baker's house, and then you fight a giant monster. Story's over. Chris Redfield shows up and says, "Hey, buddy, it's me. I don't look like any previous version of Chris Redfield, but my name is Redfield, comma, space Chris."
Yeah.
And that was that. And I was like, all right, I would say that game's a 7. Resident Evil 8
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The start of the game, Mia gets shot so fucking much. Did you know how she know, Chris comes in, shoots her? It's like, it's not just that. You're like sitting. She like made like you just put baby Rose to bed. It's got like you walk around your big Eastern European house, and you put her in the cradle. You go downstairs, have a nice one-on-one dinner with your wife. You get in a minor argument because she doesn't want to talk about what happened to her in Louisiana, because she's got PTSD, and then you hear like cars pull up, and then bullets just fly from fucking every window in the house. Mia gets shot like she gets peppered. Like if you looked at her straight on, it'd be like a fucking just 30 bullets in her chest. And then when Chris walks in and Ethan's like,
blasts
Chris,
her 8 times.
What the hell? He empties his fucking clip into her. And then he kidnaps baby Rose and he takes you as well. But then your convoy gets attacked and you end up in the village. That's how you end up in the village. Chris is still a villain until 7 hours later.
Yeah.
Where he explains why he did what he did. But someone lied to me.
Yeah.
They said Resident Evil 8 was like Dark Souls. Because they made it sound like after you finished Lady Dimitrescu, after you finish her castle, the next 3 directions you go are your choice from the hub world. It's a fucking lie. After Dimitrescu, you have to go to the dollhouse. The scariest part of Resident Evil 8. I was talking to Emma yesterday because I had to go and I needed to borrow a stepladder to fix a hole in an awning at my house with Flex Seal from Phil Swift.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went and I just stopped and I was talking to her and she was like, oh yeah, me and Chris are playing Resident Evil 8. Well, Chris is playing, Emma's watching, and Chris was only playing when Emma was there. And she said that the game was really cool, but during the dollhouse sections, she was just like... And she is right.
Yeah.
It is like, it feels like Amnesia. Like as soon as you enter in the house, it takes away your guns, takes away everything from you. You have no healing items either, and you just have to solve puzzles. But then as you're like going forward with the amount of puzzles, the lights start flickering on and off. You hear little like marionettes like running around. And then when you finally go down to this bedroom, you hear a howling baby cry. And you have 2 options to hide: under the bed or in the closet. And you see this giant fucking baby with like a vertical mouth come into the room, cry, flop around. Also, the lights went out at this point.
That's funny, dude.
The house is pitch black. It is actually terrifying. And then after it leaves you in that room, it becomes like a Mr. X or a Nemesis.
Or a Lady Dimitrescu.
Yeah. Lady Dimitrescu is like very minor in that, where she feels her parts feel like kind of as scripted as Nemesis.
Oh.
Less okay, you know what? A bit more, because she does wander the castle. But less aggressive than Mr. X, where like Mr. X had like scripted but also wandering moments where it's like, oh, you're about to finish this puzzle, Mr. X is in the next room and he's coming for you, so you have to run around and kite him a bit. Where Lady Dimitrescu was like, she went between 3 rooms, she would never enter a hallway with you, she would only go into like main areas, so it's very easy to get away from her.
Well, it's cool. I'm glad you're liking it.
Well, I finished it.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It's an 8-hour game.
I thought it was 12.
If you're bad. No, I don't know. I think it's 8. I think the puzzles were very straightforward. I think the way the game is, I think Resident Evil 8 is not the best Resident Evil. but it's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
If Resident Evil 4
Is a 10.
is a 10. Depending on your opinion of controls. Resident Evil 8 is a 9.
Okay.
7 is an 8. And then, 5 is like, I guess, a 6. 1, 2, and 3 I'm just going to leave off because technically I didn't play the original versions of them.
Yeah. Did you play the remake of 1?
I've never played 1.
Okay. But 2 and 3, I think I liked 2 a bit more than 3.
2 remake would definitely be probably the same level, like an 8 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
But also I cheated at that game. Like I just because I don't.
You fucking cheated yourself.
I so hearted. No, I kind of want to go back and play it again. It's just that I don't like how they use Mr. X. I think it's genius how they use him, but it's like I'm struggling to figure out these fucking puzzles, and this giant dickhead keeps showing up and beating the shit out of me.
Yeah,
I
really liked 2, but I was like spooked a lot. But I really enjoyed it when I played it.
I think 2 is really good at doing spooks in third person, which is good because a lot of people were like, "There's no way." In this
you
modern
could just
video
see
game
around
era,
fucking corners.
No, but then you can't because they would just be like, "Haha, fuck you."
Because the corner is like slightly more, like closed.
But then also when you would rotate the camera, instead of the camera like rotating the camera would rotate and Leon would still be closer to the camera as well. So like if the camera's all the way behind me, rotating it to the front doesn't keep it at the same radius behind. It gets closer, like it's up here.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's a really smart way of doing it. I'm glad that the way 8 ends, Ethan will not be the protagonist of 9.
Yeah.
So, do you know how it ends?
I do. You told me last week.
Did I?
Yeah.
My bad.
It's okay. I don't care.
It's really cool how it actually happens. But 8, in terms of like the lords, is like Lady Dimitrescu is the best. Lord Heisenberg's area is really cool. He's the last one you fight.
Yeah.
It's really cool, but it's just so fucking long. And it's like the lab section of the game.
Is Dimitrescu and the other vampire ladies all in the one location?
Yes.
Or
they are. The other ladies are mini bosses.
Oh, because there's that one girl with the grape juice mouth.
Yeah, they're all mini bosses. You have to kill all of them to get to Lady Dimitrescu. Her like monster transformation she goes through, as all Resident Evil like tall people do.
Yep, they become blobs.
So cool. No, hers looks sick as fuck.
Nice.
It's really nice is how it's designed. So okay, let me actually just go in order because I skipped to Heisenberg. So the first one, like absolutely the best. The castle, the 3 daughters, Lady Dimitrescu, amazing. It's a best part of the game. The second part feels really short. It feels like I'm supposed to die and fail a lot. Where the boss felt more like a scenario. It didn't.
That's the big baby.
No, the big baby's not actually the boss. The big baby just scares you. You go upstairs and there's a ton of like classic like Annabelle looking dolls and shit. And this like a little marionette in like a wedding dress that you see at the start of the game. She like taunts you and you have to find her 3 times. Rule of 3s in video games.
Yes.
And you stab her in the face with scissors, and that's the whole boss fight. It's just finding her before the dolls around you kill you. And like you're on a time limit, but she never changes her locations. Like it's just she will be in these set 3 spots. So it's not that interesting. Honestly, it's the worst part of the bosses. And then the next location, you're in like a swamp area. It's like a fish boss. Not like the salamander from RE4.
Okay.
So I think this boss fight was really cool, but the area itself was just kind of lame.
Kind of lame. Especially because they've already done swamp.
Yeah, but like I mean, it's like first boss had it
and
all.
Let me guess. The last boss is in a laboratory.
Yeah, that's what I said. So Lady Dimitrescu, great boss, great location. Second, the Dollhouse, great location, bad boss.
Mm-hmm.
Third location, bad location, great boss.
Yeah.
And then we get to Lord Heisenberg, who is fucking Dante. Not
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's not voiced by Ruben Langdon or anything, but he has a very Dante-esque vibe around him.
People were saying that in the trailers.
Even when you talk to him, like later on, he's very Dante. So his area is actually very long because it's also 2 areas. Outside of the area you meet up with, you have to fight his like lieutenant, which does feel like a boss, but is still a mini boss.
Okay.
Which is a dude with a giant hammer. Whatever, you go through a lot of that. You kill a bunch of lichens. You end up at the factory. Then the factory is so long. The factory in this 8-hour game is 2 hours.
Damn.
Like, and I said this to Chris and Emma. I'm like, yo, when you get to the factory, like if right before you get to the factory, decide if you want to get to the end of the game. Because the factory is so long in such a maze, quitting and coming back later, you'll never figure it out.
Damn.
Yeah. Like you just gotta power through that entire section. But it's really cool. It's the part where it's like, here's the big guys that are constant enemies, and they have like weak points. They're not regenerators like in RE4 and RE3, but they might as well be. They have like one weak point on their chest, and you have to destroy it with like a couple of shotgun blasts or a ton of pistol ammo.
Damn.
But it was really cool.
But then you get to a
weak.
laboratory, I'm guessing.
No, the factory is the laboratory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like how the ship in RE7 is the laboratory.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's that area really cool. The mini bosses really cool, except for the helicopter dude. The final boss it felt cool. Of the final boss of the factory, which is Heisenberg himself, feels cool, but not as cool. Because Heisenberg was this dude, like he has these like metal powers where he can he's like a metal bender, actually.
Okay. That's rad.
Yeah, it would be really cool to fight him, because how are you going to fight a man with a gun? A thing made of metal, when he can probably like dodge bullets around him. It could have been a really cool fight, but instead they cut right to him just becoming a giant man, a giant flesh monster.
Yeah.
But then the thing, you get to fight him on it's a mech battle pretty much.
That's rad.
The mech is like made by Chris, and that's when Chris shows up and goes like, "I'm not the bad guy," and you're like, "Okay."
It's like, I killed your wife because
reasons.
Yep.
I know them, but I won't tell them. Because this is a good game. I think, honestly, Nathan, I know you had a problem with 7. I don't think, other than the Dollhouse, this game's not scary enough to not play it.
I don't know. I was scared in the demo. I'm already playing 2 games, dude. You can't just keep giving
Well, you can just come back to them later.
No, dude. Nier's more important than RE, to me, personally.
Do you got Wi-Fi at work?
No.
Oh, man. Because I was going to say on your lunch break, just pop open a Let's Play and just start watching that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll watch a Let's Play of this game.
Yeah. Because, I'm just excited for what they're going to do with Resident Evil going forward.
4 remake. They already announced it.
Doesn't need it.
It sure doesn't.
I want 8. Okay, and 8 deserves it. Because they cut her out of fucking 8. Like a bunch of assholes.
Wow. She was supposed to show up in 8?
Yeah, there was it was like an early thing. They made like a concept design for her.
Damn.
Here, let me see if I can find it.
Because we haven't seen Ada since 4.
6.
Oh, right, she's in 6. Fuck, I forgot.
She's one of the main, technically a main villain of 6.
Right.
But it's not her. It's a woman who looks like her.
Yeah.
And also, she was in Resident Evil Damnation, which takes place after 6. Yeah, I think I kind of want to watch it because of the awful gun kata that's in it.
I like that shit though. It looks cool.
It's funny. It's hilarious. No, like the scene of Chris and Leon in those like tight hallways, like beating the shit out of a bunch of zombies. Cool. The scene with Chris and fighting that dude in like a red shirt. Fucking stupid.
Yo, I've always wanted to see like some more crossover between RE and DMC.
Yeah. Oh, Infinite Darkness is supposed to come out soon. Which is
Leon and Claire,
Claire
reuniting for the first time since 2.
Yeah. Did you know that they're making a new Resident Evil movie?
Yeah.
Like that's supposed to be a reboot of RE1 and 2, but into one movie. And Mila Jovovich is so mad because she's not in it. It's like, bitch, shut up.
It's a reboot. Nobody gets to be in a reboot.
Yeah, but also it's like your movies weren't good.
Yeah.
Like not a single one of the everyone who says like, "Oh, these are the good ones." Oh, so they're like well written? No. Oh, are they entertaining? Not really. They're just the good ones. Yeah, so welcome to Raccoon City, and it stars a bunch of like younger people.
Nice. That'd probably be pretty good.
Yeah, it's got some people here like Robbie Amell, which is Stephen Amell's younger brother.
The first Firestorm.
Yeah, sure. Neil McDonough's in it.
Who is?
Neil McDonough.
Oh, I like him. Who's he playing?
They haven't really announced who's playing who, but when you look at the people playing, it's like, oh, we know who these are.
Yeah, Neil McDonough, probably Wesker.
Yeah. Oh no, because Wesker, there's Donald Francis Logue is in it as well. Who he was in Sons of Anarchy, Vikings, and other things. I don't think they're gonna do Wesker. I think this is actually an adaptation of RE2. Which unfortunately means I think Robbie Amell might be Leon.
Leon, yeah, 100%. There's no one else.
But like,
could be.
Kea Scodelario, who is she was in Skins.
Okay.
And she's been in the Maze Runner film. Oh, she's in later Skins. She'll probably be Claire. So it'll be Kea whatever. That's a confusing last name as Claire. Robbie Amell is Leon. Hannah John Kamen is not an Asian woman, but she's more ethnic than everyone else, so she'll probably be
whatever
Lily
version
Gao.
of Ada. Okay, she's Ada.
Yeah, just gotta look at. Yep, that's Ada for sure. Like absolutely.
They should have just announced it. There should have been like, and she's playing Ada.
The one that confuses me is a dude named Avon Tudor Jogia.
Okay.
He was on Nickelodeon show Victorious. He was in other things, not a lot of stuff. Like his top credits aren't very big, but he's like he's not white, and I don't know.
Carlos.
Maybe if they put Carlos earlier.
Because 3 and 2 happen at the same time.
Yeah, but there's no like, or maybe Hannah John Kamen will be Jill.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with it. Honestly, other than Robbie Amell, all of these seem like good casting choices.
Because you could just have Jill show up partway through this movie.
Yeah, you don't fucking combine the stories. That's like the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, well, because they both end in like a similar lab, right? So what you could do is have
Jill's is under the hospital. There's the lab they end in is under the police station.
The police station, yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, there's a similar lab. So what you could do is have it be Resident Evil 2 and 3 happening, and like sub out Mr. X for just Nemesis. Right, and like just do those stories happening at the same time, right? And then like have the reveal in the lab be like it was all the Umbrella Corporation, right?
Yeah. Oh, and you look up like when you go to the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City thing, there is. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm a fucking idiot. If I scrolled down one thing, we would have known. Okay, Robbie Amell is not playing Leon. Woo! He is playing Chris Redfield, which is a much better casting.
Yeah, it's more
like in terms of looks. Hannah John Kamen is Jill Valentine, which is correct.
Yep.
Evangelia, they have decided to not make Leon a white dude. Cool with it.
That's fine.
It can happen. It's whatever. Tom Hopper is Albert Wesker.
Okay.
Let's see what Tom Hopper's been in. He's in Game of Thrones.
Who is he?
Dick and Tarly.
I don't know who that is.
Do you ever watch The Umbrella Academy?
No, I didn't. I heard it's good though.
He was number 1 in The Umbrella. Well, Luther Hargrave / number 1. He's in some pretty big things. He plays Jeff in Doctor Who, which is from the episode The 11th Hour.
God, I don't remember.
Yeah. He's in Hitman's wife's bodyguard.
Okay.
Yeah, the dude works, just not isn't really a main character.
Okay.
Let's see. Lily Gao is Ada Wong. Neil McDonough is William Birkin.
Oh, Birkin. Okay, sick.
Donald Logue is...
Oh, because it's 1 and 2. It's not 2 and 3.
Yes, which is weird. Donald Logue is Chief Irons.
Okay.
The RPD's crazed sheriff. That's not what Irons is, isn't he? Isn't he the police chief?
Yeah. He's the chief.
Then Marina Mazeppa as Lisa Trevor.
Okay.
It was just one of Umbrella's experiments. And then Chad Rook as Richard Eichen, one of Bravo Team's members who disappeared in the Arklay Mountains.
Yeah, so that's like at the beginning of RE1 where like half of stars
so
get
sorry,
fucked up.
Chad Rook, you're not going to last very long.
Yikes. Oh, maybe he's the guy that gets killed by the big snake.
Yeah, probably.
Or the shark.
Hey, wait, 1 second. 1 second. There's a problem here.
What?
Where's Barry?
Barry?
Where's Barry?
You were
Who's going to tell Jill that she's the master of unlocking?
You were almost a Jill sandwich.
I think they're just going to cut him out and just have Chris.
I thought you, the master of unlocking, would need it.
I think Chris and Jill are just going to be together for that entire portion of the movie.
Blood. I hope it's not Chris's blood.
All right, you know how I bet this movie is going to go?
Yeah.
The movie is going to start with Chris and Jill already inside of the mansion with Wesker and Richard Eichen.
Yeah.
And they'll be in the mansion. They'll go through it very quickly. Half an hour will pass. They'll fight like that tyrant. I think they're going to pass through it very quickly. And then it's going to go to Raccoon City. And we're going to get a non-canon version. Oh, it's going to be Leon and Claire coming into the city. They'll go have an adventure. And
this is a really bad plot for one movie.
Yes, it is.
This is like a bad
too much
choice. Yeah.
Jill and Chris.
This should be 2 movies.
Yeah. Jill and Chris will meet up with them, and it'll be like, oh yeah, those guys were at the start of the movie, and then they'll fight together to beat Birkin Stage 4. A monster that in the original games, you fight by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, that's not good for a game or for a film. That's tough. I get the reasoning is that you just want to do it, but
I think it's that they wanted to do a fresh reboot, and someone's like, okay, let's do Resident Evil 1, and then someone wrote like a screenplay, and they were like, oh shit, I don't think this can be long enough.
Or like, because Resident Evil 1 is a haunted house movie, right? Like,
yeah,
it's a big mansion. It's got zombos in it, right? I would keep the story having like, searching for either Chris or Jill, whichever one the writer likes more. I prefer searching for Chris because Jill's a more interesting character. But, and then you can have Barry, and you can have Barry like half the movie. You could kill him off even though he doesn't die. But like that would add some stakes.
Because he has a daughter in Revelations 2 to exist.
Yeah. But you could kill him off to add some stakes. Or you could just have, like, kill off more of Bravo team or whatever. But, you could do that. That'd be cool. And then you could keep some of the lines. I'm certain that if Chris and Jill are both the main character and they go to the mansion, that Chris will say the Master of Unlocking line or the Jill sandwich line. One or the other. You don't get both.
You were almost the Master of Unlocking.
I think you.
I figured I would say I should give this to you, the Jill sandwich.
Yeah.
Things that just don't work anymore.
No, okay, she's gonna have a lunch or whatever, and Chris is like, "Oh, you brought a Jill sandwich." It's like, what? It's like you're the only person who
Jill.
eats
No, it's gonna be like a crazy combination.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're the only person I know that eats a peanut butter and potato chips sandwich.
Sure. I think that could taste nice.
Yeah, that's a thing people eat.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah. My brother likes to have peanut butter on hamburgers.
That's fucking disgusting, and you should disown him.
Oh, no, he's been disowned for other reasons.
Okay.
I'll tell you, he's a COVID denier. He's very aggressive about it. Well, not a COVID denier. He's an anti-vaxxer for this vaccine. He's being stupid. And my mom's like, I'm genuinely concerned for him. And I'm like, who cares? He's a fucking grown man. Sucks that your grandchildren won't get vaccinated, but...
Yikes.
But I think, like, my sister-in-law is getting vaccinated anyways. So it doesn't, like, it's not like one of those, like, my husband doesn't believe, so I don't believe.
Yeah.
It's like, my husband's being a fucking idiot. I'm still gonna go get it myself.
That's good. Good for her.
Yeah.
Resident Evil's cool.
Yeah, Resident Evil's really cool. I started playing a bit of RE5 with my friend Jacob. But then he decided to go on a trip.
Wow, what a fucking piece of shit. Where'd he go?
He's fully vaccinated. He went to Colorado. His sister lives there or something.
Colorado.
Colorado's a nice place. I won't have this slander. I think I honestly, because of this pandemic, I have like my mother and my siblings have ruined the relationship with my family in Colorado.
Why?
Because they when it was total lockdown up here, my aunt was down there still going on trips and everything and like going around and being like, I don't understand, it's not a problem. And then as soon as the vaccine came around, she was like one of the first people to get it because she works in like a school.
Yikes.
So it was just like we just get in so many arguments. I'm sure my cousins are cool with it, but the thing is if I was going to go stay in Colorado, I would want to stay at my aunt's house because it's a big house and also it's just her and her husband there. But but the other ones like have roommates and shit. So I'm like, I'm not going to sleep on a fucking couch when I could go sleep in a bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. Well, I'm sure everything will be cool though in a few weeks. Well, like within a year or whatever, it's going to be fine. You know what's not going to be fine?
What?
My dad.
Why?
He had a heart attack this morning.
What the fuck?
I was trying to he's fine. It was minor. It's the first time he's ever actually had like a heart attack or anything. He was like, he's been in the hospital. It's cool.
Dude, you could have been like, I have to visit my dad. I can't do the
I
just want to point out.
You want me to? I'm not going to drive 3 hours to Chatham for something he lived through.
Damn, dude, you sound like
honestly,
me.
No, I woke up and it was 10 in the morning and my sister called me and I'm like, oh, she's gonna ask me to go to her house to put up some bullshit, change a fucking light or something. I'm not doing that. And then my mom calls up to me and she's like, Ian, did you hear from your sister? And I'm like, I missed her call. What? She's like, your dad had a heart attack. And I was like, what?
Jesus.
Yeah, no. So I'll probably call him in like a day or two.
God bless. God protect.
No, I just thought I was trying to bring it up in like a way earlier that would be even funnier with the shock, but yeah, no, my dad's fine.
All right, that's good. That's our show for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for tuning in. I want to thank special guest Elon Musk for coming on and having such a good time. You know, we give him some shit, but truly,
He deserves it.
he's one of our best friends in the world, and we love
My
him.
name is Joe Rogan.
Dude, imagine we had Elon on the show and he just didn't say anything.
Oh my god, it would be
episode.
so awful.
So fucking
I would just
funny.
be sitting here the whole time. I couldn't stand it. I'd be like, I want to talk to him. Because
That'd
like
be
other
so
like
funny.
honestly, a year ago, I was like, I don't know, he's a bad person, but he seems like an interesting person to talk to. Now I don't want to speak to him at all because now it just seems like he just wants compliments on Teslas and being like, oh, you're saving us.
Tell me how funny it would be to have him on the show. Like, I know it's irresponsible for Joe Rogan to have him. If we had him on our dumb bullshit show, it'd be so funny. We'd be so mean to him.
Yeah.
We'd bully the shit out of that man.
But
that's why you should share this podcast with everybody, dude. If we get 10 million listeners, Elon Musk will come on our show and we'll bully the fuck out of him.
If we get that is our commitment.
Our commitment.
Elon Musk on
10
the show,
million.
We will bully him.
10 million subs, we'll bully the fuck out of Elon Musk live on the show.
Absolutely.
And we'll Twitch stream it, so if he tries to leave the call, we still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't lie about it, about him being on. He's just a fucking coward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny. But yeah, thanks so much for listening, gang. If you want to see more of the show, there's a video version where you can see all the movements. You can see the times I flipped off the camera. And that's on youtube.com/N8S
You can see the joke
comedy.
I made with a gun earlier.
Yeah, that was
this.
wild. That was wild.
I'm going to go
at
to
that.
Persona 3 world.
It's just called Japan, Ian.
What? That's not a real place. That's what I'm going to do. Is actually, I'm going to kill myself with a gun to the side of the head like this.
Yeah.
But like as there's going to be like some sound detection nonsense in my room that as the gun fires and the bullet enters, you just hear baby 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 baby.
Yeah.
That's a Persona 3 reference for all of you real ones out there.
But yeah, it's youtube.com/N8S comedy for all the videos. If you want to follow me, I'm at the Media Hole on Twitter. I'm at the Media Hole on TikTok. I am at twitch.tv/the Media Hole. And of course, www.whenyourBallsGetStuckToYourLeg.tumblr.com. Now, if you want to follow Ian, he is at StrugglesV on everything. He's recently come under fire for trying to give Palestine to Israel. Thank you so much.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry. I have to come up with them off the top of my head, and that's
All
the
right,
first thing I could think of.
You've ruined my career. Time to kill myself with my real gun.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Bye-bye.
Bye.